And great news, guys. I am blocked by Craig Conover.
What a little pussy ass bitch.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Bravo. We're black and a little bit white today because we have got Tom Hamlett from Dumpster Dive Pod. Mind you, I've been on Dumpster Dive Pod where we literally talked about, I think, I forgot exactly like what we talked about, but I know that it was something nostalgic and it made me feel all of the things because that's what you guys do. Like you dive deep into all of these different shows. And me and Aaron have been meaning to have you on here for a while, but we just like never did because we're pathological liars for some reason. But now I finally have you here. Welcome, Tom. How the fuck are you?
Okay, I am doing mostly good. Yeah. Is this my first time on this show? I guess maybe it is. Wait, that's
Yes,
crazy.
it is.
Oh my god, because we've been like online friends since the COVID
Exactly.
days. Yeah. I don't remember what we covered back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah, but I just know that we had fun.
Yeah, we had fun. Yeah, today it's Bravo. We're half black.
Exactly. We're mixed today.
We're mixed today.
So tell me, because you not only have Dumpster Dive, which is like it's been around since we've been around, so we kind of came up together. That's why we know each other. Mm-hmm. But now you have a brand new podcast. Can you tell me about that?
Yes, of course. Oh my god, your interviewing skills today are on point. My brand new show. I just launched a new show with my best friends in the whole world, Dan Rosales and Bradley Gibson. And the show is called Good Judies. It is a show just about friendship with a bunch of gays, and we're talking about pop culture stuff, and then talking about just kind of our lives as like gay adults living in New York City. And we have some gay and LGBTQIA plus people in the space coming on here in the new year, celebrities, pop culture enthusiasts. So it's for the people who maybe don't love reality TV or are in and out of reality TV. If you want to hear me talk a little more pop culture and life, that's where you can catch it. So Good Judies. And you can follow us at Good Judies Pod on Instagram. So
and I will be linking it, obviously. So make sure you guys give them a follow. But more importantly, when a newer pod comes around, you guys need to give them 5 stars. So give the podcast 5 stars because that's super important for the algorithm, for it to be seen. So that's more important than anything else. But okay, so what are you, obviously this is the Bravo episode for Bravo We're Black. Comes out on Saturday. Right now we're filming this Thursday night. But what are you loving on TV right now in general? It doesn't have to be Bravo. Like it can be scripted, unscripted. It can be something old, something new. Like what have you been watching lately?
So well, Salt Lake City, of course. I think Salt Lake City it is like maybe top 5 best TV shows of the year. Like I think TV was kind of a little flop this year. I feel like there weren't as many shows that I was like couldn't stop talking about like there had been in the past. But Salt Lake City is that show that like every week I want to talk with my friends, not even on the podcast, just in real life about what's going on. So Salt Lake City, definitely. I am an undercover nerd.
Okay, in what way?
I'm like a big video game person, and I play a lot of like fantasy games, and I love like this is so embarrassing, but I like watch a lot of cartoons, and I watch like
guess what? I actually today watched, and I'm not, because we both know Kendrick, obviously, yes. Like cousin of the pod, co-host kind of. Been on here more than I have. I actually, even though I'm not like versed in comics and video games, I've just been in my animation bag for like the last 2 years. I've been in my superhero bag for the last 2 years. Today, I watched the finale of Creature Commandos. which
Oh,
is
okay. I've been
like,
wanting to start that. Is it good?
yeah, if you like Suicide Squad,
Yeah,
which
love it.
not a lot of people like. Okay, did you like Suicide Squad or did you like the Suicide Squad?
So I thought so. The Suicide Squad was the second one, the
Yeah.
redo, right? I thought aspects of Suicide Squad were much better than the Suicide Squad. I thought the
Oh my
Suicide.
God, you're the only person that says that because everyone else is like, Jared Leto is so terrible as Joker. He's not supposed to be hot. Harley Quinn is so annoying. Will Smith is not a believable. I'm just like, this was a good fucking movie. This was
Well,
an ensemble cast.
I,
Margot Robbie looks hot. Jared Leto looks hot. This is a different take, and it's not about the Joker. Like, he was in there for 5 minutes, and
mhm.
you guys got this whole idea about him. Like, fuck off.
Well, I never said it was good, but I just said it was better. No, I'm kidding.
Well,
But
the Suicide Squad was good too,
yeah,
though,
no,
I will
it
say.
was good. I think my issue with this were with Suicide Squad was I really disliked Cara Delevingne's like villain character that she was.
Enchantress.
I
It's
loved everyone
Enchantress,
else.
yeah.
Like I thought all the other characters were so good, but then her
Hmm.
character, I'm like, this is the villain. It wasn't for me. No, but I'm watching the show on Prime called The Legend of Vox Machina. It's a
I just finished up.
You did? Oh my god,
Yep.
I am obsessed with it.
I
It
don't even
is
know what's going on, and I'm just like Vax and Vox and Vex and
yeah,
Vexalia,
it's just
and
the world is
there's
so
a
fun, and it was created out of a Dungeons and Dragons campaign that these people did. I think like eight,
Critical Role or some
yeah,
shit
yeah,
like
they did
that.
it like 8 years ago. It was a long time ago. They
Okay.
essentially just improv. I mean, that is what Dungeons and Dragons campaigns are. I mean, you're just kind of like you're just sitting around a table like creating the story together. They created
Oh.
this story and it became so popular on YouTube. I think or Twitch or something. And then these I don't know who the producers are of the show, but Amazon was like, let's make it into an animated show. And for those that, maybe don't love like they're like animation really. I'm like, no, it's like the story is so good and the characters are so fun and it has like amazing action sequences. I've been obsessed with that. Um and then what other shows? My partner Brian and I have been like slowly working through House of Villains because like
Why slowly? Like, that's a show that you should just gobble up.
because like we are just our work schedules. It's like a show that we like to watch like before bed because it's like laugh out loud funny and just like
Yeah.
nonsense. So we'll do like one episode every couple days. It's like nice to not. I am like you where I'm like binging, right? I'm just like constantly consuming content. So it's been nice to space it out. And then I'm a big Drag Race person. I watch every iteration of Drag Race. So I'm excited about this new season.
Who's your fave from the seven that went? Because I went through like the talent show and I
Mhm.
rated everyone. And I'm sorry, even though Susie Toots is literally from Fort Lauderdale and I am in Fort Lauderdale, I'm like, I don't see why they loved that performance. Me personally, I loved Lucky Stars, who's from Miami, which is 30 minutes away from me, and that lemonade thing.
Loved.
So who do you have your eyes on?
So of those that performed, I thought
Yeah.
that Lucky Stars, she was my favorite. I
Yes.
also thought that Acacia Forgot was not as bad as they all made her sound to be. I wasn't like having the time of my life watching her sing country music, but like she wrote a song that was like not bad. She just like doesn't leave much to be like there's nothing inspiring about the performance, but I thought that they were a little mean. They've been a little mean to her. But then who I love, who it didn't perform though, is Lexi Love. I'm obsessed with her. Her
Okay. So
outfit in
that's
the
your who you want to go all the way this season.
maybe I haven't seen her perform or anything. Just like when she walked in that like Valentine's Day like Victoria's Secret fashion show look, and
Mhm.
her entrance line was it was like, "Why are you gagging? I haven't stepped on your neck yet." It was something like that.
I love when it's either like a hit and I'm like, oh, okay, but you got me, or it's just like
Miss.
crickets.
Yeah, I do love the cricket moments. Yeah. But yeah, I think it's a fun group of girls. Corey King, I also really like. I think Corey is going to do really well. Yeah, I know you because y'all got Kendrick into Drag Race, didn't you? Because I think Kendrick wasn't watching it, and you're like, you must watch Drag Race.
I
Right?
got Kendrick into Drag Race, but I made the mistake of having a social life to where I went out on a Friday and we usually like I hold him hostage and we kind of like watch it together at the same time. So
Oh,
I missed one Friday and he didn't watch it and like so now he's not watching it.
okay. We gotta come
But
back in.
there's only one episode out
Mhm.
and you know by the time this comes out it'll be two. But maybe we can bully him into watching Fridays so he can be, you know, in the know in this season because you can just pick up anywhere, honestly.
You can. The show is so good. It always stays good, in my opinion. Even if there's a cast that you're kind of like meh on, it's still a
Yeah.
great show.
You know what sucks though is because I was on Threads and I was like live threading it.
Mhm.
There was a lot more buzz last year. I don't know why than this year. But I think it was because the premiere was a little bit more exciting maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this season kind of snuck up on us, to be honest. I feel like it kind of
Yeah, some people didn't even know that it was back.
yeah, I did know because like you, I'm like terminally online, right? But like I didn't. It kind of usually I'm like, oh my god, next week. It just kind of was like, oh, we're doing it.
Like
Here we
it's
are.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's get into Bravo, which you guys obviously come here for on
Yes.
Saturdays. I need to talk about today is, well, right now, they are filming the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. What do you think overall of Potomac season so far?
I think
There's mixed reviews.
I think it's like a C plus and I or B minus, C plus B minus. And I don't that is not no shade. Like I really don't think it's bad. I just am like, it's fine. I thought last season was so hard to get through and it just got too dark for me. I didn't finish it. And so yeah, this one mostly I'm okay with it. There are some good stories. I like the addition of Stacy. I want more Jazzy. I think Jazzy is absolutely cuckoo crazy. Like,
She's so cute.
so cute. Certainly doesn't know that her boyfriend has been cheating on her. I'm like, I want to hear this whole
She's
story.
delusional in like the best way though.
That's
Not
right.
in a way that she's like defensive about it and you roll your eyes at it. It's just
Mhm.
like I'm gonna hold your hand, baby. Like when
Yeah.
I tell you this.
And you know, I don't really know why Kierna is a full-time housewife. Every episode, I keep thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, so like, is this the episode that you're gonna like show me your cards as a housewife? And she's just like,
I rallied
I know. What's her man's name?
Greg.
Yeah, she's always like, Greg. Well, Greg said, Greg.
I thought that she was going to bring more.
Yeah.
I do know that they're going to talk about her lawsuit against the Sesame Street character
Yeah.
that is now countersuing her.
For
But
$1 million. That was crazy.
I don't understand where people like when they sue people. How do you calculate exactly
Like,
how much you're suing for? Like
let's
that's
just do
such
$1
a
million.
random ass
What?
number.
You don't need $71 million. You don't.
But
just
I
do
want to
$1
sue
million.
someone for like what they could possibly like pay me one day. You know, like I don't want to sue.
That's an extremely nice way to sue someone. Like, maybe
Well,
I'll never get
I
sued,
mean,
but
not like okay, not like $7,000.
yeah,
But
you're
I'm
like,
just
one day you'll be able to pay this amount, so I'll sue you that.
because I want to be like, oh, that's not unreasonable if I put like a lien on your house and your house is going to be at least worth like $1 million. You know, like something that is like I can touch that, but $71 million. So like, what are you even going to do with it? But okay, so the season is lukewarm to some people. I will literally step out on a limb and I will say that I am enjoying this season of Potomac. I think it's not the best season of Potomac.
Yeah, it's watchable.
It's watchable and it's not as bad as people keep saying. I think that Stacy is honestly the star for me, other than Karen pre pictures and photos and videos. of that DUI. I will say watching it is extremely hard now after seeing all of that, especially when she keeps going clankety clank and people are going to jail and she's just reading people down. And I'm just like, my God, it's like your aunt. Like, shut up. You're embarrassing us. Like, just go in the room. Like, stop.
She went about this in the weirdest way. Like, she could have just owned up to the fact that she did it. And my understanding of the whole, court situation is if she had just, when she got arrested, if she had just like taken a plea, that she maybe would have not even gone to jail. Like, that she would have just had like license taken away for like 2 years and community service or something like that. But like now she's doubling down on all this. Like she's talking about it like it's a character assassination, and it's like, no, girl, you assassinated your character. You did that.
Like, no one else was in the car with you. Like,
right.
not in.
What's the Nene quote where she's like, me, I do that. That's Karen.
It's not even like a Shannon Fedora where she could be like, well, Archie was actually also in the car. Like, right. No, it was just you and the tree. That
like, Stella bottle in the back seat haunts me. That photo was crazy. I'm like, Karen, Stella.
I do love a good Stella. And
Grand Dame, Stella.
But that's the thing, though. Like, it was something else. It was clearly something else. Yeah. Because I don't care. You can drink 749 bottles of Stella. It will not have you that fucked up.
No,
I can guarantee you. That is that's dark liquor.
The brown liquor was in the veins.
Like, baby, just say you had some Hennessy and just go away. But okay, so the reunion is taping right now. We got the reunion seating chart. I don't care anything but about the first chairs, which is Jizzy and Mia. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it would be Karen if she was there. Karen did not show up. At first, it was Karen didn't show up, but there was a statement released, and it turns out that Karen is actually seeking help, which is the smartest thing that she could have done. Karen made the important decision to enter a private recovery program, so was unable to attend the reunion taping today. She was fully supported in this choice. We stand behind Karen as she embarks on this meaningful journey and are proud of her for taking such a significant step forward in her personal growth. So you haters, Kendrick, can actually see that she went into a recovery program and she didn't just not show up to the reunion, because Kendrick has made it so clear, and I was so ashamed for the past 2 hours until that statement came out.
Wait,
that
he was texting me too about it and had the same take, but I kind of have a similar take to him.
No, but like, this is the thing. She's wrong. She's dead ass wrong. But this is the thing. He kept saying like, oh, my fave would never do that. But the thing is, she's not there. If she was just at home, not showing up, okay, cool. But if you're in rehab, bitch, I'm not going to leave rehab to go to the reunion and go back to rehab. What do you mean?
Okay, but I'm sorry. Part of me is like, why couldn't you just go to the reunion and be like, hey, y'all, this was a mess. I just wanted to say hey and bye. I'm going to rehab. Like, make it a moment.
It's because you can't just
ownership, though. That's what's bothersome about it. It's like
no accountability at all. I will agree.
She could have on the reunion stage been like, tomorrow I enter rehab.
But at the same time, which is where I'm coming from, you can say, okay, tomorrow I'm going to rehab. I'm very sorry. You can do all the apologizing in the world. But when you have people on that stage like Ashley Darby, mm-hmm. Mia Thornton, and Giselle Bryant, who also just released an episode of Reasonably Shady where her and Robin got in that ass, rightfully so.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they got in that ass. Robin was like, I am not surprised. Like, it was so funny.
They've been saying forever that she is a mess behind the scenes. Yeah.
So she's not going to be able to just say, you know what? I was wrong. I misjudged. I take accountability and I'm going to rehab. You're going to have Ashley coming for you. You're going to have Mia coming for you. You're going to have Giselle coming for you. And then also you're going to have Andy asking. You're going to have the audience questions. And then you're going to have to understand why you said that you were Thomas Jefferson's concubine. If I ever say that I'm Thomas Jefferson's concubine, I will not be showing my fucking face ever again because I don't know how to explain that. How do you explain that?
Do you think she means in that she's been like done dirty by the system or something? But I'm like, I don't.
No, there's no deeper meaning. I think that she genuinely thinks that, like, okay, it all has to do with her land, her family's land,
right,
in Surrey County. Like, I know that it has to do with her land ownership and like how she probably, I mean, obviously Black people, like a lot of us are descendants of slaves, and obviously slave masters would rape the women on the plantation. But it's like, what the fuck does that have to do with you
lighting a car on fire on the side of the road?
Yeah, like you were blasting Sexy Red, drinking Stella Artois, and you got caught. So what does Thomas Jefferson have to do with it? And then also
the Sexy Red, I can't see it.
Well, okay, she was blasting Earth, Wind, and Fire, and like it was September. Like, I don't know. And then on top of that, like, how do you explain you are poor and white? Like, I can't sit there and explain that. So that was the smartest thing to do, because I don't think that's actually not taking accountability, because you're getting the job done. Like, you're getting help. You can say that you're getting help.
I guess so. It's
a get out of jail. It's not a get out of jail free card, because they're still going to get in her ass the next time. Well, don't drop the soap, Karen.
Right.
But also it's like, just for now, like she doesn't have to talk about it for right now. Just when they film again. And you know what? There was a report that said that Bravo may be like super mad at her and like her job might be in jeopardy, which I didn't really believe that. I don't believe it at all. But it would be a good, thing to say, like, I'm getting help.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't coincide with the season, right? Because the season is all about her not having a problem, right? Her not having issues. Yeah. She literally in this past Sunday's episode said, "I am not sobriety." And it's like
like in that sentence, you can tell that she needs rehab.
I'm like, okay. Like, it makes me sad because I do love me some Grand Dame. When Luann went away, right? Luann came back just rejuvenated, right? And ready to make good TV again.
Yeah.
I worry that Karen isn't going to have that same like level of, she doesn't have that same relationship with like the camera and the audience. It feels that she is so trapped in this she really believes she's the Grand Dame. She was blackout saying to the police officer.
Yeah, explaining how Andy like. Right.
And like, you live in this like world. I think she really lives in that world. And
it goes back to the roots of Potomac, because when Potomac first started, they were very much about manners, about what you should and shouldn't do, about like the public perception of you. And that's how it all started. And that's how she became, like, it was her versus Charisse, like, who could be the classiest bitch. And, she won the fight because she's been on the show. She got the candles. Like, she is the Grand Dame. Yeah. I agree with you that she might not be able to take this and keep it going.
Yeah.
I don't know. I look forward to her. I don't want her to go to jail, but I want something to wake her up, because this is not the first time that this has happened.
No, the women have been talking about it for so long, And actually, it's been like a lot of Luann in certain ways, because I feel like the women on New York always talked about Luann's antics behind and around the camera, and about her, her lifestyle when the show was not going, right?
Yeah.
It's very similar.
Yeah.
And how they get this like ego about them. And I think she thought she was invincible. Driving that car that blackout, I'm like, you must be so high in your own supply. I'm like, what? You just call an Uber. You have millions of dollars. It's not that hard.
Her,
Even if you had $100, you call an Uber.
her, Shannon Bedore, Justin Timberlake, like
Yeah.
all of them need to get like a carpool, like or something. Like I don't understand.
Can you imagine the three of them in a car? What would they talk about?
To be a fucking fly on
Wait,
the
what did you talk
windowsill.
about Mia Thornton though? Real quick, Mia, I
Yeah.
thought gave the most crocodile tears ass storyline on this, and I'm sorry, y'all. I do not believe that whole thing with the kids. Am I crazy to say?
No, a lot of people think the same thing.
It was just a little weird. The way it was delivered was kind of crazy.
But I also want to say, I'm not a mother, but if my kids, if my kids were taken by their father who clearly struggles with mental health, I'm out the country, I don't know where they are. The person that they're supposed to be with is not even answering their phone. And not only are you like sitting there kind of just upset while Jackie is actually doing the footwork. What? And then on top of that, I am a full grown adult woman who can rent a car. Like my mom actually still to this day, she would walk home from wherever the fuck they are to make sure that I'm okay if I don't answer after a certain amount of time. So that was just like really fucking weird. And then she's out and she's having fun. She's shopping. Even Ashley Darby is just like, I'm having a hard time understanding what it is like that you want from us too. Like, how can I be a friend to you when you're not even a friend to yourself?
Yeah, I completely agree with everything you said. And like her sitting on that bathtub, I can't explain it. It just you wanted to feel for her. Like as the cameraman turned around, you're like, "Oh, this is really fucked up and I feel terrible for her." And then you look at her, it just felt I can't explain it. Something about it. I'm like, I think you're lying.
Do you think Jackie was in on it though?
Yes, because Jackie was not doing a good job either. They both are like, "So the kids are where?" And Mia's like, "The kids are with Gordon." And Jacqueline's like, "And what?" Like it's like let's go back. Maybe this was a dress rehearsal. We needed the real thing. Like it just wasn't working. The both of them, and they just went about their day acting normal. And then all of a sudden later, they're like, "Oh yeah, my kids are MIA." It was a whole thing.
Like they technically found them. Like they were with this person that they bleeped out. That apparently is the person that raised Mia. So like I guess we can say that, you know, they were with this person and they were going swimming, I guess.
It all felt really weird to me. It didn't work.
You're not the only person who thinks that. Like I was on Threads and people were like, this bitch is lying straight up.
Like, she's known to lie and it just didn't make sense.
But okay, so what do you think about this whole thing about, and then allegedly, you guys, when it comes to Giselle's daughters, there was allegedly like a conversation that was had where Mia actually called them whores and they both begged production not to air it. There was obviously some tension between Mia and Giselle, which was a delayed reaction. And I know that Giselle is some people's favorites, but she did not have
Kendrick.
She did not have the energy that she should have had with Mia either time that they addressed what Mia was saying about her daughters, especially when she had terrible energy with Candace and Wendy, who, even if you did think that they were rolling their eyes when she was talking about them, she didn't have that same energy with Mia. And a lot of people would say, oh, it's because she thinks of Mia as a friend and she didn't think of Candace and Wendy as friends. Even if you put that into consideration, your friend is basically inferring something about your daughters on national TV. So I don't expect Giselle to be rah-rah, but I do expect her to give her a nasty read. And she just didn't act the way that she should have acted to me until way after. And she was talking about how she got apologized to off camera. What do you think about that whole situation? Like, what was happening? Do you think that Mia did indeed call them whores?
Probably. sounds like her, right? I mean, it was so fucked up and out of left field for her to even bring that whole situation up. It made no sense when
It
she
didn't
did
make any
it.
sense.
But see, what I think is different about the Wendy thing and then the Mia thing is that I think that legit took Giselle so off guard when she brought it up. Like, she looked visibly like, oh my God, I want to, like, she looked ill, like when it happened to her, because it was so uncalled for. And I don't think Giselle is that, like, reactionary necessarily all the time. She
Yeah.
sometimes does sit with her stuff and then be shady about it later, you know? So it didn't all feel incredibly out of character to me, but I understand Winnie's point being like, you made such a deal about me rolling my eyes, which I didn't do, allegedly, at your daughters, and it's been weeks and you're just not talking about it. If I was Wendy, I think I would be upset. But yeah, I think that Mia needs more punishment for her actions, because, like, that was terrible.
But like, even the
Heated up,
second
but it's
time
like,
around,
yeah,
Giselle didn't give any energy, and it's like it's been weeks, and then she's doubling down on it at the freaking table. So then all of a sudden, now at the end of the show, she's like, "Oh well, I just found out that you doubled down on what you said." Like, girl, get her,
get her,
get her,
please. Someone needs to, honestly,
get her, Meredith.
get
Like,
her, Meredith, because no one is. Why is no one really? I guess Ashley does a bit call her out on her shit, but, like,
yeah, but it comes from Ashley, so it's like, you
hey,
know.
you know, it's just like,
And then it's also like, girl, actually, you can't be talking either. So it's
true.
like, I love her. So it's like, it needs to come from someone who. It needs to come from Giselle. Like, it needs to come
Yeah.
from someone who, like, you actually take fucking serious for a bit.
Are you team Mia needs to stay on the show or Mia needs to be off the show? And what are your thoughts on that article about her being a bad housewife?
I know there was a whole thought piece. You know you fucked up when Essence comes out and writes a piece about you.
That. I was like, damn.
Like, bitch, not Essence. If anything, they should be highlighting me. But I understand. I do think that when Mia came on, it took this show to a different place, especially because Potomac, like I was saying earlier, used to all be about, like, manners and class and grace and beauty and, like, Miss America of, like, you know, the Real Housewives shows. It did take it to a different place. At the beginning of the season, I was telling people, no, like, let her, if this is her truth, then let her tell her truth. She doesn't know who her baby daddy is. She's with Ink. She's letting Gordon stay. She's the only one who has, like, a real good storyline.
Mm-hmm.
But now, when it comes to that whole thing where he was like, you know, you made me have an abortion, and you know, me and Gordon aren't talking right now, and then he's hanging out with her, so she's doing too much, and it makes you dizzy. And she's a known liar. She's been lying since she got on the show. Like, she lied about her age, she lied about where she worked, she lied about everything. Like, that first season, it's not just the lying, it's just like, when does it stop? So yeah. I do think that we need to, I think she might have to go.
Yeah, I don't really know where we go from here. It just doesn't work anymore. I think we've kind of hit, all the storylines have been completed. She's now no longer with Ink and will probably be back with Daddy G. It's like, I don't really think there's anything left to say, you know?
Yeah, like,
it's so calculated for the show. Like, I don't want to sit. I don't know that I want to sit through more storylines that she makes up for this. You know,
right? And it's just, but it also begs the question, like, where does Potomac also go from here? Because I'm not saying that Mia makes the show, but right now Mia is what we're talking about. Karen is indisposed because her ass needs to go to rehab.
Yeah.
Giselle is her daughters are gone and she can date and all that, but I feel like she's never going to be transparent about who she's actually dating. Ashley, like, your ass just filed for divorce 10 years later, and her and Jack Harlow, I don't think that they're still together.
They're not.
So that's not happening. And, Wendy has a nice family storyline. I like Stacey and her boyfriend.
Sure.
Whatever. Anyways, I just like seeing it. It's so funny to me. It's very entertaining. It's not my place to say, but her boyfriend. But I just don't know where Potomac goes from here. I don't know if they need a pause. I just think that they need maybe like a refresh.
Yeah, I think most of the cast works. I just think we need to find some more Stacey is the right vibe. I think she's the right vibe for the show, right? She's like very elegant and like very like, well, I don't do that. And it's like it's just very like
her QVC voice.
Right. I feel like we can get a couple more her. I'm still Team Jazzy. Keep Jazzy in the mix.
Yes.
She doesn't go to this. Apparently, maybe going to this Kansas City Chiefs Wags show, maybe, but I don't know.
I need her to stay on Real Housewives. Right. Like, please, we are losing formulas.
I don't know. I mean, I love Candace, but she'll never come back. Probably.
I like Candace as a mom and like doing the music thing. I want her to go far with music because she's actually talented. Yeah. So I think her coming back to Bravo would be like a waste of her talent. Fair. What do we think about Monique coming back?
Oh, I like Monique. I'm down.
I would like for Monique to come back, especially to tell us what was it that happened with Chris. Like, what the fuck happened?
I know there's some
because I followed her. I followed her to the show Love and Marriage. Huntsville. The Love and Marriage. It wasn't Huntsville because they're not in Alabama.
It was DC.
It was Love and Marriage DC. Yeah. I followed them to that show. They had like an argument. There was supposedly, I remember being at BravoCon, and it was supposedly like, they were breaking up, but then they came out and said that they weren't. And then the next thing that I know, they actually were. And then apparently she was supposed to be on Traders, and then it didn't happen. Mm-hmm. So I just want to know what's going on. So I would like Monique back. Keep Stacey, keep Jazzy. I like Giselle without Robin. People are like, oh, do you want Robin back? No. I'm sorry, Kendrick. No. Leave Robin exactly where she is. I would like tonight. We're going to see her on Traders. So Robin has a bag. Like I don't need her back on Potomac at all. Yeah. But yeah, it's not my job to fix it because I feel like sometimes producers and Andy listen and they get ideas from me, but I don't get paid.
Hey, Andy.
Exactly. I don't get paid from it, but listen, we've got to start here, okay? The next thing I need to talk about is Jennifer Aydin. Mm-hmm. I already dragged her. I told her that I want to put her old nose back on her so she knows exactly who the fuck like she's talking to. Like, she cannot just say sorry and shut up. She released another statement, a whole bumbling, fumbling, mumbling statement about how she really wasn't rude to the people in person. She just did a video and her husband didn't want her to post the video. And she guessed that she's sorry for saying that the lady is 80 years old, but she was just treated unfairly. I just want Jennifer Aydin to stop. But the good thing about it is that she was supposed to be on this Housewives cruise, I guess, with
Dolo and Teresa, yeah.
And then now there is special guest housewife. So I can't wait to see who special guest housewife is because it's no longer Jennifer Aydin. Who do you think it's going to be?
Well, I want it to be Danielle Cabral. That would be the ultimate revenge, but it won't be.
yeah, like got to get someone people actually care about, but that would be great because Jennifer
Danielle getting strays here tonight.
I like her husband. That's what I will say.
Jennifer is such hot garbage. I can't stand her. I cannot stomach her. And
people were living for her. And I I was trying to tell Aaron because Aaron loved that she smoked weed. So he would always be like, Jennifer Aydin. And I'm like, okay, it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out eventually. And it finally came out that she's just terrible. She's not a funny housewife. She's just a terrible person, period.
Yeah. The way you treat customer service people or people in the service industry, like that is where everyone's true colors are shown. Like, and it's it is a perfect judge of character. And the fact that she treated those people that way, it's like, oh no, this is who you are.
Right.
You know?
And plus, if you see an 80-year-old person working at Jersey Mike's, that should make you like sad, like make you have more empathy.
Yeah.
Instead, it enraged her. And I'm like, oh my God. So you really are just a terrible person.
Well, she's like,
and not in the fun way.
No, she has a bit of like Trumpism, you know, she's like of that ilk of like MAGA that just like think that this is like their world and we're just existing in it, you know?
It's insane.
Yeah.
And I'm just so glad that she got, not only did she get dragged, she got pulled off of the Housewives like cruise, which is anyone going on the cruise? Let me know if you're going on this cruise.
What is it? Because it's not a Bravo cruise. It's like it's unaffiliated with Bravo. It's just Housewives,
right?
Right?
Yeah, it's unaffiliated with Bravo. It's literally just a cruise, and they are booking Housewives. And this is the second time that they're doing that, because I remember when I went to Ashley Darby's drag show, she was supposed to do a cruise with Whitney Rose and one other person the next year. And then I think that was last year, and I don't think it happened. Like, I don't remember seeing them on a cruise. So I think that there's someone that's just trying to put together, like, I don't know, a gimmick. And honestly, if they had the right housewives, I would absolutely, if I would go.
Cruises are hit or miss for me, to be honest, though. But here's my issue with cruises, especially with a cruise with housewives, right, is that you are trapped on a boat with people that could be fun or could be deeply unfun, right? And you don't know until you get there. Like, and you don't have to hang out with people, but
that's the whole point of the cruise.
Yeah, but I'm like a vibe person, right? Like, I want to go into like if I want to go on vacation, I want the vibes need to be good. And I want
immaculate.
I want to find a place where it feels right? But like going to a cruise, you kind of go in blind, and I mean, you know, I don't know. I could picture some like crazy white ladies from Minnesota. Love you, Minnesota white ladies, but a little too drunk on the white wine, starting fights on this boat in the middle of the ocean. And I'd be like,
the women that were stampeding at the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills BravoCon panel, it's them.
Right. And once again, love and light to you listeners, but I'm just saying, I don't know that I want to be in the midst of like the fighting on the boat. It just sounds a little nightmarish to me.
If it's the people that I met at BravoCon, it would be great. But the people at BravoCon are a little bit, I don't know, they're different than cruise people. I don't think that they're cruise people.
Yes, I agree. Because, well, I don't know if I want to say it on the podcast.
You can say it. This is Bravo We're Black.
Price points that may differ between a cruise and a
exactly.
experience at BravoCon. Okay, yeah.
Exactly.
That's my point.
That's the main thing here. I also have great news to share with you guys. I actually went and I don't know what maybe. Oh yes, I need to invite her on the pod. I was listening to So Bad It's Good with Ryan Bailey with Sophie Ross. She was talking about the whole thing where on her podcast, Sophie Ross's podcast, it originated that Paige was cheating on Craig, and that's where the whole Up and Adam, I guess, drama started. Yeah. And Paige jokingly said, "See you in court." And she was talking about that. And in the midst of her talking about it, she was talking about how she was blocked by Craig. And it was like, I think she was saying that there was a bunch of people who have been blocked by Craig who have never like tagged him or, you know, commented on his page. He just blocks people that he sees talking shit about him on other pages. Okay. So even though I've been dragging him for 40 days and 40 nights, I did not think that he even knew that this page existed. So I checked, and great news, guys. I am blocked by Craig Conover.
What a little pussy ass bitch.
Merch alert.
That's right, you heard her. We have merch now. If you're looking for a mug, a hoodie, a shirt, a blanket, we're your people. Be sure to check out our exclusive I Was a Bravo Fan Before Scandal tees. They will be perfect to wear while watching the VPR reunion.
Check out the link in the description of the podcast or our Instagram bio. Like, what? Mind you, I did not tag him once because I don't do that. Like, when I talk my shit, I just freely talk my shit. I don't want people to actually like read this hurtful, like this shit that I'm talking about them.
I'm not blocked. I just checked.
Okay, well, you haven't been talking enough shit. That's the
reason. A little more.
Up it. But like I checked and I'm just like, wait. Sophie was like, I'm blocked. And she's like, I know a lot of people who are blocked just because he just got mad. And then I looked at my DMs and people were telling me, oh, he blocked me a long time ago. And I don't know why. It's because I don't give a fuck about him that I didn't check, I guess. Mm-hmm. That's why. But something just made me check and I saw that I was blocked. Like Bravo While Black is blocked by Craig Conover. And I'm just like, that is the greatest achievement. I don't know when he did it. He might have did it a long time ago because every time he's brought up, I'm like, fuck that bitch. Like every single time without rhyme or reason, I'm just like, fuck Craig. And I've been preying on the downfall of that relationship for so long. So it could have been a while ago. But that's a great way to start off this year. I remember like last year when Vanderpump Rules started, that's when I got blocked by Tom Sandoval.
Oh,
but Tom Sandoval,
that was crazy.
That was like that's like how you know you don't have a PR person or your PR person needs to go to jail because that's the worst thing that you can do. If you guys don't know the history, he compared his situation to George Floyd's situation, which again, I never tagged Tom. I didn't go on his page. I didn't do shit. I just said on my page and probably the pages of my friends, you know, it's a whole Bravo community. So everyone is always posting the same thing. And I want to support, I want to give my opinion. I want to give engagement. I was just like, that's so stupid of him to say, has nothing to do with it. I hate him and he can't sing. So Tom Sandoval blocked me. But like that was worse than Craig blocking me because you got in trouble for comparing your situation to George Floyd and then you go and you block not the only, but like one of the biggest Black Bravo fan pages who didn't do anything to you. Like I didn't do shit. So that was crazy. But okay, so Tom Sandoval last year, Craig Conover this year. I don't really have any other Bravo men that I just really just hate. But if someone pisses me off, maybe Joe Bradley from Southern Hospitality, maybe next year. I think 2026, I can get that block from Joe Bradley. But I just want you guys to know that I got blocked by Craig, and I'm just feeling great about it.
Honestly, it cleans the vibes in the room. He's got bad vibes, you know. You don't want him in your face, so get him.
Yeah, and then I feel like if he unblocks me, then I'm going to go unblock him because now it's like, no, mind your business. You know, even though I was talking about him, but
that's
still.
That's a weird move, though, on his part, because that means he wants to know, like, what you're saying. It's like, okay.
I mean, everyone wants to know what I'm saying.
Well, everyone does, but he, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, me and him are like we have nothing. I don't care how many times he's hung out with Sierra or Vanita. Like, me and him will never get along, and it's not just because he was on live with Tammy Lauren, which is I will keep preaching about that. It's because
we need to remind people because
I hate him,
and I know Chelsea does that too. She always posts about that, but it's like, y'all need to remember he also is like he's not confirmed this, right? But all of him going live with her and then also his like conspiracy theories, like I'm like, are you QAnon? I don't know.
And the fact that he went bowling for racism. Right after he went live with Tammy. Like, what the fuck was that going to do? He was like, oh, we're going to have an event at the bowling alley. We're going to invite everyone. We're going to invite the police too. And I'm just like, okay.
You've missed the point. You're the point.
The thing that pisses me off, and I said this to Noor, the thing that pisses me off about Craig is like you act like you're a Shep or a Whitney. You have to work for your money. Don't you ever, like a working class white man can never tell me shit. If you are like, if you're born into money, you have like summer homes and like roads named after you. Even, I'm sorry, even your family owns slaves. I understand why you act the way that you act.
Sure.
Because look, you act like, because look, like you're, it's in your DNA.
Yeah.
But you're a working class man who has to have pillow shops to survive. Stop.
You know what?
Anyways,
that was the best read on him we could have given. So I think it's crazy how many of these white ladies out here are in Paige's comments being like, "You bitch, now he can go have babies." I'm like, this is
you need
crazy.
to. I won't even say the profile's name, but if you go to a certain profile that reposted his message, there are women in the comment section. Oh, I'm so sorry, Craig. I'm ready to get married. I'm ready to have your babies. I'm just like, are we down that bad?
We are. I mean, not me, but some people are.
Yeah, like, I'm just like, okay, these have to be like middle America women that haven't seen a man over like 6 foot and decent. Like, he's not even hot. Like, he's decent looking, I guess. Like, I don't understand. Like, bitch, come to fucking Florida. I will show you the holes. Like, please. Okay, the last thing I need to get into, obviously, because Traders comes on soon, and
we gotta go watch that.
I gotta get you off before Traders comes on. Like, we have stuff to do, okay? But Salt Lake City, I will say, is probably having one of the top 3 best seasons of Real Housewives of all time, in my opinion.
I agree.
Agree? Mm-hmm. Okay, perfect. There has not been an episode that I was not thoroughly entertained this season. There has not been an episode that I have not watched more than once. And also, Get Her Meredith is something that like needs to be hung in a museum somewhere.
Genius. And Mary is so smart because Meredith is so unhinged. And like,
who the fuck put the fisheye lens on the camera in the Sprinter van? Because all you see
like that is Meredith. Where is the camera? There's no cameraman in the.
They have it hanging.
Yeah,
they have it hanging. But why did you put a fisheye lens on it? Because all you see is Meredith like. Crazy.
You're recording us.
Are you surprised that she? Okay, well, let me rephrase the question. Do you believe that she's not on? She doesn't take sleeping pills?
No, that was so crazy. When she was like, when she
then why do all of your sentences run together if you don't?
She's like, sleeping pills. I just never thought I'll take a pill on a long flight. I don't know pills. I'm like, girl, the sentence itself.
Then what is it? What is it? What is it that's making all your sentences?
Well, Xanax is not a sleeping pill, so I'll just say that.
I can agree because I can take a Xanax and I will still argue all night. Ask my ex.
No, not me. When I take a Xanax, I'm one with I. It's like what I wish. It's like the journey I wish edibles took me on. Sometimes it's honestly dangerous because like the times I've taken Xanax, it was wonderful. So like.
I think that it's crazy because when I take it, I guess that's why it's prescribed to me because when I take it, it just like regulate, like it makes me a normal person.
No, I would take a half and I would feel, it's like you feel high. My experience was like I felt high but didn't have any of the like anxiety.
Did you black out?
No. I was.
You know, that's crazy because a lot of people tell me. I know personally people who have taken like just a regular, like my regular dose, and they're like, I blacked out and woke up in jail, and I'm just like,
well, I only took a half of probably not a high dosage one, but
yeah, I know a lot of people who take it on the plane to go to sleep.
No, and I've done that before, and it's good. But I also I've found the right edible that I like that works for me, so I do that instead.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you need a Xanax.
I'll take. Yeah,
Anyways.
I'll take my little. I call it soccer mom weed because it's literally like so little milligrams. Like
That's the
average
thing.
person would be fine.
I can take 2 Xanaxes and still have a regular conversation with you. But
That-
if I take an edible, I'll be high for 4 days and call the police on myself. And it can be like, it doesn't matter if like I eat the arm of like a Sour Patch Kid gummy or if I smoke like 2 puffs. I get so paranoid. I can't do
Really?
it. And then everyone is just like, you haven't found the right strain. You haven't smoked with me. You need sativa. You need indica. You need NDRE. And I'm just like, no, like I can't fucking smoke. Like, I don't know. It just, something about it just makes me so paranoid. I'm just always like, they're coming to get me. And they're like, who? And I'm like, they're coming to get me.
Them.
Yeah. And then I'm like, does my mom know I'm high right now? Like, it's just so, it's too much. But anyways, okay, back to Salt Lake City. Meredith unhinged. Apparently she does not take sleeping pills.
Allegedly, yeah.
Mary having the best season that she's had on TV while going through some of the worst times in her life. Have to commend her for that. She's the most like, also one of the most regular people on the cast,
Against
which
all
is the
odds.
craziest.
So regular, I know. Well,
Craziest.
Here's what she's done should be studied in the textbooks. She is equal parts unhinged, but like she's unhinged, she's delusional, but she's also reacting. She's like very honestly herself in all these moments, right? Like she's never putting on. Like she's never putting on a housewife persona. She's just being herself. Herself
Right.
at her core is a kooky person, right? So like we're gonna get our laughs, but like she's honestly reacting to like the things that are going around her, and it's like the perfect. It is like what housewives should be like, right? Like we need them all a little delusional, a little crazy, but then when the cameras are on, instead of trying to be like, you know,
different
Mia Thornton or Bryn Whitfield and try and like put on
turn it up.
Yeah, like turn it up. She's not turning anything up. She's just like, no, this is me. That's like why Dorinda was so good in those early seasons of New York, or why I'm trying to think of another example. I feel like that's
no, I get it.
Kim
Like
Richards
that was
so
enough.
good. Yeah. No, you're like, Tom, please shut up.
No, I'm not like shut up. I agree with you.
Yeah,
because she's just being herself, and it's just so funny because like I don't know what it is about Angie, but like she, you know, like when an extrovert takes in an introvert, I don't think that she's necessarily an introvert. It's just like they work together so well, and I just love seeing them together. It's just like that pure love and that kinship that you actually want to see between housewives, the sisterhood that they actually talk about, instead of the sisterhood that, you know, that's happening on New York, where it's not really like they fucking hate each other.
Just because you're, I always make my co-host on Good Judies, Bradley. He always talks about how it makes him laugh how people when actors do a show together, they're like, we are family, like we are family through this experience, and it's like, no, we're coworkers. And I think sometimes on Housewives it's like that. Like some of these women are like, this is a sisterhood, we are family, and it's like, no, y'all are coworkers. New York, Housewives of New York, y'all are coworkers, and like
exactly
some of these ladies,
like you just met each other, and I just met you bitches. That's why I kind of don't care about a lot of the storylines there, because it's like I just met y'all, so
yeah, I don't care. I don't care about your family. I feel bad saying that, but it's like, don't
like I don't though.
Like
I don't know you though. Like you know, so it just takes me a couple seasons. Like let me get to know you first, but like Cynthia Bailey, like I'm getting to know you.
Yeah.
But okay, like they're still on this trip, and I didn't even notice that we haven't had the Lisa dinner where they all have to dress like Lisa.
I was like, oh my God, we're getting another episode in this fucking vacation. I agreed with Brittany when she was like, I just want to go home. I'm like, I would too if I was there. Like they've been there what feels like for eternity.
It only feels that way because like Housewives was off for so long, which I don't know why the fuck they did that. That was weird. Because if anything, everyone is at home. This is a great chance to get new viewers. Like I'll be airing all my shit. Like new content. Like, get invested, because this is the time where like people are with their families and they're like, hey, sit down and watch this show with me, and like that's how you get people hooked on shit. So I don't understand why they had that long ass break, but whatever. Who am I?
My ideal Christmas would have been watching The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City after I got home from
Right. I was so pissed off when they were like, we're taking a holiday break. And I'm like, what do you mean a holiday break? And then they had another like week where it was just what are we doing? But yeah, we have another dinner to go where they are all going to dress like Lisa. And I remember from the preview that she's going to like take that wig off.
Oh, yeah,
and it's just going to be pure chaos. And I think that people are going to, and even if they're not, I hope that you see that Bronwyn is just trying to cover her ass. She's so desperate to be friends with Lisa that it is sickening. Mm-hmm. Like, please, she's told you multiple times, like, we're cool, but we're not cool like that. Let her speak for her fucking self. And for her to go and tell Lisa that they were shit talking her just in like the vein of like trying to be honest, that's bullshit. Like, just because you're being honest doesn't mean that you're innocent, you know, and you pulled other people into an uncomfortable situation by trying to like, you know, beat it to the punch. You know, I just feel like Bronwyn, I like her, but she does shit that pisses me off sometimes. That I just want to like shake her real bad.
Yeah, it's funny. The first half of the season, she was being so authentic, and then the second half, she's pandering to people, and it's so confusing. Yeah. I don't know what. Yeah, her talking shit, her owning up to talking shit. I'm like, okay, girl, welcome to the show. Like, I don't really know what did you need to say to. It's yeah. Her playing all different sides of every argument is very frustrating.
Do you care that Brittany is fucking Jared Osmond?
I don't, but I do and I don't. I love that she cares.
I love that she thinks that they care, and I love to hate her.
Oh, same.
Because when she was like, the only thing that I haven't been honest about, and I'm just like, what is she gonna say? Like,
right.
What?
Also, it's high comedy because like last season, right, we had this whole reveal, like that Monica was reality Montees. Like we had this whole thing, and this season's big reveal is that Brittany decided to put it in.
She's soaking. She's soaking with Jared Osmond. And not only that, like, I genuinely thought they were about to fucking jump her ass. Like,
Mary was like...
In the Sprinter van, though, like, they were about to jump her ass because they're like, why are you recording? Then she changed her answer so many times. Like, you recorded the back of the seat for 23 seconds. And then it was just, I didn't feel bad at all when she started crying. Like, I didn't feel bad. You got caught. Just own up to it. And, like, that's it. Because you stayed.
And we have to put some respect on Angie K's name, right? Because she, on another series, on Housewives of Beverly Hills, if someone saw someone recording, they would not have brought it up in the moment. They would have waited a couple weeks and been like, I have to reveal something. I saw that you recorded our conversation, right? It would be this whole thing that took forever. Angie K just literally goes, Brittany, please stop recording. She's just like, you fucking idiot. Be sly about it.
Do you think, after obviously those season finale is coming up, do you think that Angie K should have had the center Snowflake? Did she deserve it?
I think, yeah, she kind of was. I thought that she was by far the most likable this season. She was in a ton of storylines, and I think she is like a easy fan favorite. She's not polarizing, I think, to anyone.
Okay.
But I know that you guys, you like are a Team Lisa person, right?
That had nothing to do with the question that I just asked you.
I was waiting for your response.
Like, not you made this. Is this dumpster dive? Like, but I am Team Lisa, but I will give her 10s. Like, that's just like Lisa. when she was like, you know what, Brittany might have fucked up, but she looks so good in that bathing suit. So when people deserve their tins,
No,
I'm
Lisa
going to give them
makes
their tins.
Lisa
And
makes amazing
Angie,
TV.
yeah, and Angie absolutely, like, she picked it. Yeah, she deserves it. She deserves middle center Snowflake. So
Lisa will come back to the center Snowflake, I'm sure. Like I don't think.
but it just bothers me personally. Like, I'm just like, you know what? Now that you bring it up, it just bothers me that Lisa was just like talked about by fucking everyone this season. Like, everyone is beefing with Lisa. If you want a storyline, you have to beef with Lisa.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm just like, she should have Center Snowflake, because it was just like all about fucking Lisa.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You know, I know that she's a friend of this podcast, but Lisa is the
That
only
was so
housewife,
shady.
is the only housewife that I have that has blocked me.
She blocked you? Well, what did you do?
Well, you know,
maybe I can talk to her.
No, we should talk about this off pod.
Okay. I love.
But I'm just laughing because I'm trying to smile through your love of her, and I'm like, she is my Craig.
I did not know that she blocked you.
Yeah.
Well, listen, we'll talk about that off camera. I have loved having you on. I have to have you back sooner rather than later. Just like with Nora, I just had Nora on last week, and we just had such a good time. I just had such a good time with you. Please tell me what's upcoming on Dumpster Dive. What's upcoming on Judies? Is there anything that we can do to support you? What's going on? What's the tea?
The tea is just go honestly rate 5 stars, subscribe. It sounds, I know when you hear it, it sounds so annoying, listener, right? But it really does help. So please do that. And if you loved my abrasive takes here, I do that on my own over there on the podcast. So go check it out. And yeah, you can follow me at the Tom Hamlett. Follow Good Judies at Good Judies Pod, both of those on Instagram. So yeah.
And the pot stir is, do you think that Angie still deserves Center Snowflake? And also, please start watching RuPaul's Drag Race. And Kendrick, we love you.
Yes, we do.
That's it.
That's it.
Thank you for listening. Bye.